Hello guys and welcome to another of my video. My name is Tony and today I would like to talk about betta fish or fighting fish and how to care about them. But before that I would like also to share my experience with the betta. So everything started one day that I decided to buy a fish for myself, and I went to the local pet store and I asked some advice to the sales assistant. I was saying I'm looking for something that is easy to keep and also that is affordable for me and doesn't require a lot of time to maintain. And they told me to buy a betta fish. So I rely on them and I bought a nice gorgeous betta, and I went home, I put him in a small container which was really cheap, and at the beginning was working because the fish was gorgeous, he was interacting with me, he was eating regularly. But after a little time, I would say about a couple of weeks, he started to change behavior completely. So he started to be shy, he refused to eat, he was not interested on me anymore, he was not interactive. So I start to investigate myself and try to find the right solution for him, because I didn't want to have the fish that he was unhappy or he was almost dying. He was really kind of getting sick. So I start to investigate and first on internet, then I call other pet store that where the staff were more professional. So YouTube, for example, is a really good a channel that can give you some tips. Many people are willing to help you with that. So I discovered basically that everything that I was doing with my fish was wrong. First of all, because it's a fish that requires a higher temperature of water compared to the tropical fish. For example, an average tropical fish required 25 degrees in the tank, whilst the betta starts from 25 until 30 degrees. So it's not it's really important to keep him with a heater. So it depends of course where you live, because if you live in a country that is really warm, he might survive. But if you live, for example, at that time I used to live in London and now I live in the north of Spain, which is really cold. I wouldn't be able to keep a betta fish in a container without heater because it will die for sure. So there are many things that we don't know about betta, and I think we need to, before we want to buy a betta, we need to know something more. So it's important, guys, to find some information before decide to buy this fish, and try to buy in a store which is good and the staff is good and can advise you properly. So a personal advice that I can give you is to try, when you buy the betta, the first tip is to check if the betta is healthy. So look carefully the body, if he got any fungus, if he's interact with you, if the eyes are good, because sometimes you cannot really see if you are not practice to this kind of hobby. You cannot see if the fish is in a good health. For example, the betta, when it's not in a good health, it doesn't have really nice eyes. Sometimes they are swollen, sometimes they are reddish. So this is a kind of tips that can help you to keep your betta, to have a nice betta in the house. Then it's gonna last for at least couple of years. So first of all is that. Secondly, it's important to provide to him a nice house with space. I would say a decent size of the tank minimum for just one male betta is about 15 liters. 15 liters of tank full of equipment like heater is a must. Then if you like, you can choose to have a filtration or at least an air stone, because it's not good to keep the water still without any filtration. Otherwise it requires more maintenance for you. At least if you don't have any filtration or any airstone, it's better to change at least twice a week the water, or you need to do a 100% water change, which can be really stressful for the fish because you need to take him out from the tank. So I think my personal advice is to keep the Betta in a nice tank, give him some live plants, some space to hide. And about the food, Betta is carnivorous, so it needs protein. So you need to buy some food that is suitable for him. At the moment I use some bloodworms, which they work for me quite well, and I can see that my Betta is growing really well. The color is fantastic and doesn't have any other problem. And this is all, guys. You don't need really many things. Consider that the Betta need exactly the same quality of life like any other tropical fish. So don't think that this fish is easy to care and is cheaper to care. You need to care properly. So this is all. There is nothing more to say. Please watch my video. You can see also how I find a kind of solution to keep the Betta with some female Bettas, because I don't know if you guys know, but normally the Betta he can also he tend to stay alone, but there are also other options. So you can house the Betta in a community tank with, of course, if the tank is big enough, got room for all these fish. But of course there are some little problems that the Betta can have if you house the Betta with the wrong tank mates. So if you like to keep your Betta in a community tank, I would suggest at least 10 gallon, or I would say a minimum or 30 liters if you keep a male with some females, or you can keep with him any other fish which require, of course, the same temperature and quality of water, but these fish also need to be different from him. Like, for example, you can put some guppies with them because they are quite similar, so they eventually will provoke him to attack them. So it's really important to choose the right fish, but always in the right size of tank. Because in the past I also tried to keep the Betta with some neons, but the tank was too small and the Betta killed everybody. So try to have common sense, try to think, and especially try to look some video on YouTube, or try to find a store which is professional and can help you with that. This is all for today, and please be free to comment, to give me some advice as well if you know a little bit more, and to watch my video where you can see my Betta in a community tank and how he behaves. Okay, so this is all, and I'll see you soon, guys.